Sabalenka claimed the Brisbane title in straight sets, delivering a dominant performance that confirmed her status as one of the sport's most formidable competitors heading into the Australian Open. But when the match ended, the focus shifted away from trophies and statistics. All eyes turned toward the net, the symbolic space where opponents traditionally meet to shake hands in acknowledgement of each other's effort. This time, that ritual never occurred. Kostyuk walked past Sabalenka without extending her hand. The silence of that brief moment resonated louder than applause, instantly igniting debate throughout the tennis world. To some observers, it looked like a simple violation of sportsmanship. To others, it appeared confrontational or unnecessary. But beneath the surface, the reality was far more complex and deeply personal. Kostyuk's decision was neither impulsive nor rooted in personal animosity. As a Ukrainian athlete, she has consistently chosen not to shake hands with Russian and Belarusian players since the invasion of Ukraine began. For her, this stance is not about disrespecting fellow players. It is a moral position shaped by identity, grief, and protest. Kostyuk has made it clear time and again that stepping onto a tennis court does not erase the reality waiting for her back home. During her runner-up speech in Brisbane, she spoke with visible emotion about the suffering endured by people in Ukraine. She described civilians facing brutal winter conditions without electricity, heat, or reliable access to water. While the sun shone warmly over Brisbane and fans filled the stands in summer attire, families in her home country were surviving freezing temperatures and daily fear. She explained how painful it is to live with that contrast every day. While she competes on some of the biggest stages in the world, her sister sleeps under multiple blankets just to stay warm. Entire communities remain in darkness. Lives continue to be disrupted, and lives continue to be lost. For Kostyuk, it is impossible to separate sport from reality when the war is not an abstract headline, but a lived experience. The absence of a handshake was not meant to provoke, it was meant to communicate. No dramatic gestures, no verbal confrontation, just a deliberate act of refusal that reflected her position. In her view, silence can sometimes be the strongest statement of all. Aryna Sabalenka, on the other hand, responded with composure. She celebrated her victory, acknowledged the crowd, and later addressed the situation with calm professionalism. Sabalenka emphasized that she does not take the handshake refusal personally, and understands that Kostyuk is acting according to her beliefs. She reiterated a stance she has maintained throughout the controversy. She does not support the war, and wants to be recognized solely as an athlete, not as a political symbol. Sabalenka has repeatedly said that she cannot control the choices others make, nor does she feel responsible for decisions made by governments. Her focus, she insists, remains on tennis. When she steps onto the court, her goal is simple: to compete, to improve, and to win. Whether she faces Marta Kostyuk, Jessica Pegula, or any other opponent, her mindset does not change. She goes out to fight for the trophy, believing she has nothing to prove beyond her performance. Still, the tension surrounding the moment was impossible to ignore. Sabalenka's animated celebration after match point, including a visible gesture toward her team, was interpreted differently depending on perspective. Some fans viewed it as a subtle response to the situation, while others saw it as nothing more than the natural emotion of winning an important title just weeks before a Grand Slam. Intentions aside, the optics fueled further discussion. This was not the first time Kostyuk and Sabalenka found themselves at the center of controversy. A similar incident occurred at the 2023 French Open, when Kostyuk also declined to shake Sabalenka's hand. That moment sparked a global debate about whether sports should remain neutral or serve as a platform for moral and political expression. Brisbane demonstrated that the issue remains unresolved. Each match, each interaction or lack thereof, continues to carry symbolic weight, far beyond the scoreline. Kostyuk later clarified that her actions are often misunderstood. She stressed that she does not hate Sabalenka or any other player. She has never claimed such a thing publicly or privately. Her refusal is not driven by personal dislike, but by principle. What she struggles with, she explained, is what she perceives as a rejection of responsibility by athletes with massive global platforms. In her view, someone like Sabalenka, who travels the world and commands the support of millions, has the power to influence conversations on issues that matter deeply. Choosing not to engage, not to take a clear stance on what she sees as one of the most important issues of our time, is something Kostyuk finds difficult to respect. That lack of respect, she insists, should not be confused with hatred. The Brisbane final became a reminder that modern sports do not exist in a vacuum. Athletes carry their histories, their pain, and their convictions onto the court with them. For some, competition is an escape. For others, it is inseparable from the world beyond the lines. In that quiet moment at the net, defined by absence rather than action, the sport revealed just how deeply intertwined tennis has become with global reality. What was left behind was not just a trophy presentation or a highlight reel, but a lingering question. Can sport ever truly be neutral when the lives of those who play it are shaped by forces far greater than the game itself?